Good evening, everyone. Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, what seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. I, Alvin Arlim, a resident in a plain rural village here in the municipality of Macabebe, in the heart of the province of Pampanga, am an achiever. I am a simple man full of ambitions and aspirations, working confidently and intelligently in every task assigned, hoping that every good deed I do will result to the efflorescence of me. Professionally speaking, I am currently working in the schools where I finished my secondary and tertiary studies, institutions that really molded me holistically and served as training grounds for me to boldly test and showcase the efflorescence of my knowledge, skills, and values. I earned my college diploma from Pampanga Colleges Incorporated in 2015 with flying colors as a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. And presently, I am a part-time college instructor here in my beloved alma mater. At this juncture, I am supposed to proudly say to you now how lucky I am to be back in the educational institution that made my high school journey full of fun, exciting, amazing, and full of learning. I have returned here in Santa Maria National High School, a student no more, but one of its educators. However, to be part of this school, which is just a few houses far from our house, was not easy. In 2015, right after I was hailed as a licensed professional teacher, I submitted pertinent documents to be included for the public school teacher ranking. I had many tiring days and sleepless nights just to complete documentary requirements. But this did not stop me, for I still possess a heart full of passion and determination. After completing and submitting papers, it's now time for the waiting game. Waiting for your name to be included in the RQA or the registry of qualified applicants, and waiting for a principal to call and invite you to be part of his or her faculty. I could still recall what my former mentor said. When DepEd job opportunity calls, grab it. Don't mind the distance where the school is located. What important is you'll be able to obtain an item first. Surprisingly, a man heading a coastal school beeped my phone. And an opportunity waiter, that's me, answered it abruptly. She said that they need an English teacher from their school. Without hesitations, I said yes, just like an old woman who's in her late adulthood stage of experiencing wedding proposal. I excitedly asked when to report, what to wear, what are the papers and documents needed to prepare. Finally, I am in a public school. Getting exhausted was not in my vocabulary, as in for 2 weeks, I reported to this coastal school every day, cleaning and decorating my first ever classroom, table, and furniture. June 13, 2016, first day of school, I give 100% total teaching performance, believing that first impression lasts. During the lunch break, my principal called me, and a sad and disappointing news circulated within me as I tried to sink in what she meant. Sir Alvin, I am sorry, but my call to you was a mistake and a result of carelessness, she said. The school head was stressing that she did call the wrong person, So there must be someone who should obtain the item. You may visit the office of school's division superintendent, she ended. I think that's go ahead. Thank you for letting me experience a day teaching public school learners. Thank you for letting me work with my supposed happy family colleague for a week. Disappointment, anger, embarrassment swallowed the whole me. I didn't know what to do. How will I approach my proud family that the job opportunity I received was just somewhat a prank? I visited our school's division superintendent in his office to ask for reasons for the incident that happened. Teary eyed, hopeless, speaking with shrieking voice. That was me during that moment. He repeatedly pinpointing the cause, just like my 1 week principal explained. And to lessen my career heartbreak, he gave me an assurance that once an item is opened, he will call me. Walking with a stooped head and loneliness in face, I walked around the streets of the city of San Fernando, still thinking what to say to my mama and papa, that I am no more affiliated to DepEd. I lost hope. I prayed, I prayed. I kept on praying and asked God about his plans. I was then in the jeepney waiting for it to be filled by the passengers to go home and finally accepted what happened. The engine started. Boom, boom, boom. It's the signal. Bye bye. Suddenly, a vibration in my pocket called my attention. An unknown number. I answered it. It is the HR from our division office asking me to go back as soon as possible and talk with our superintendent. Without reluctances, I said, para po, sa inyo na po ang bayad ko. I ran swiftly. My trust, my optimism was driving me. God, don't fail me. I know how powerful you are, how miraculous your plans will be. Sweaty, gasping for air, I greeted once again our superintendent. And without further ado, directly forwardly asked me, do you want to teach in the senior high school? I answered yes, with hope and with full of confidence. He looked down on his master list of schools who needed teachers for senior high school. Santa Maria National High School, Macabebe. Can you teach here? That was the most surprising, uplifting, and elevating question I ever received. My eyes got bigger in awe. I was shocked. This school he assigned to me now was my high school alma mater, the school with 140 meters distance, just a minute of walk away from our house compared to the first school assigned to me. With tears of joy and euphoria, I answered, yes, sir. Then he called my new principal and ordered me to report in this school now. Upon meeting my new principal, he welcomed me. I saw my former teachers and they were proud and happy that I have finally entered here. Receiving my appointment is a security. I was delighted and finally went home with not only good news, but a better one. I am in a public school. I am here in Santa Maria National High School where transportation, the travel is not anymore a problem and adjustment is little because I am working again with my former teachers, not as their mentee, but as their colleagues. My dear friends, Toastmasters, we all go through difficult situations in our lives. It's part of life. And it's a truth that we all must face. We can lose sight of our own worth as individuals when we are consumed with ideas of loneliness, emptiness, and ego. We grow numbed by all the difficulties and discontent along the way. Life, on the other hand, isn't only about darkness and grief. It's also full of hues, which makes it beautiful. There is always light waiting to be noticed along this path of darkness by our frightened hearts. Just like how flowers bloom and you, as personal and a professional being, undertake efflorescence. Rejection is God's protection. It could be a blessing in disguise if someone rejects or breaks up with you. You were not meant to be with this individual, or perhaps you would have been dissatisfied with them over time. Now, the way is clear for someone far greater to enter your life. Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, again, what seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. Thank you and good evening.